And despite opposition, Taoiseach says LNG options should be considered due to energy crisis.
We'd have to give consideration to LNG given the energy security issue that has arisen from the war. All of Europe is looking at LNG.
Well, Taoiseach Micheál Martin has said the importation of liquefied natural gas has to be considered in light of the current energy crisis. His comments come as climate change activists set up a protest camp in North Kerry against plans to build an LNG terminal in the Shannon estuary.
Climate action campaigners gathered under canvas in Tarbert this week to protest against plans to build a liquefied natural gas terminal nearby in the Shannon estuary, united in their belief that the €650 million project shouldn't get the go-ahead.
So the science is crystal clear at this point. We cannot afford any new fossil fuel infrastructure whatsoever. Current fossil fuel infrastructure will bring us over 1.5 degrees of warming, and that's jeopardising a livable future for us.
The programme for government allows for LNG, but without fracking. The company behind the project, US-owned New Fortress Energy, say the facility won't be dependent on imported fracked gas. And there are many locally who support the development, who see it as an opportunity to create sustainable jobs.
With LNG, Shannon LNG and New Fortress Energy being able to provide the other 460 acres with energy, much needed, localised, it will be on site, so any industry would be encouraged to come there. And that is something as communities in Ballylongford and Tarbert, Kilcolgan, that we would seriously look forward to.
Speaking today, but not referring to any specific project, the Taoiseach said given the current energy crisis, LNG has to be considered as an option.
Well, the programme for government allows for LNG, but without fracking. The programme for government is clear that they don't want LNG with supplies from fracking.
They have said that they can do it without fracking.
Yeah, and I personally, in that context, and I think we'd have to give consideration to LNG given the energy security issue that has arisen from the war. All of Europe is looking at LNG, but the type of LNG we look at and the mode of delivery, may differ. So I'm not going to get into comment on any specific project, other than to say that LNG that uses fuel that's not derived from fracking, is consistent with the programme for government.
A previous application by the US-owned company was quashed in the High Court 2 years ago. A decision on a second application from An Bord Pleanála under strategic infrastructural legislation is due on September 9th. Jenny O'Sullivan, RTE News, Tarbert.